the tinsel jacket tutorial that you're about to watch is actually a collection of my TikToks that I recorded on my tinsel jacket journey to make a jacket for a Taylor Swift concert. So I'm going to be talking a lot about Taylor Swift, but she has nothing to do with this. Make your jacket for whatever event you like. So if you want to follow me at Rian and Roselle on TikTok, that would be much appreciated. No pressure if not. But yeah, I hope this tutorial is helpful. Yeah, so good luck on your own tinsel jacket journey, and I hope you enjoy. I'm going to the Eras tour. I don't have an outfit, so I'm going to make one. I was inspired by this tinsel jacket, but these are anywhere from $150 to like $700, and I am a parade performer and I don't make that much money, so I'm gonna make one. I actually went to college for musical theater and I worked in the costume shop, so I'm pretty handy with a sewing machine and, you know, hot glue guns and different materials and tailoring. So I figured I'd give it a shot after I saw several TikToks of other people making them. Unfortunately, I could never really find a real tutorial, just kind of snippets and like some articles, but I'm kind of on my own, so I will film my journey and make a tutorial for you guys. I got this blazer for $6 at my local thrift store called Out of the Closet, where all of the profits go to the AIDS Foundation. I got tinsel on the internet, and I have less than a month to make it, so follow along. Hi everyone, here is part 1 of my tinsel jacket journey. Here's the blazer I got. It's pretty long, but I'm just gonna crop it. And the best part is it comes with a pocket for my phone because we know those bag restrictions are crazy. Let's start. I used a literal Crayola crayon to mark where I wanted to cut and crop, so here I am doing that. Ta-da! She's cropped. Yay. Even after just this step, I feel like it looks so much better. It looks so cute. I was obviously feeling myself, LOL. Pinning so we can sew the raw edges. My beautiful sewing machine and my pin cushion. And the sewing has started. Look at that concentration. Anyway, here I am sewing the raw edge on the bottom, and here I am hemming the sleeve so it's nice and clean too. And look, I just love it. Look at how nice it looks. However, I'm going to pin and sew the lapel apart so it doesn't look like a blazer. Here I am doing that. And then I decided that the collar was not it. So, I mean, I look like Dracula. So here I am cutting it, again, focusing really hard. Anyway, here I am. There's the collar. Yay, so much of it. And then, oh, I really like it. But look at that. It was choking me. It was awful. So I sliced it off because it was really uncomfy and I couldn't stand in a 3-hour concert like that. So here I am doing that. Yay, modeling it. But now there's a raw edge, so I have to clean that up. I don't have a merger, so I'm going to show you the settings on my sewing machine to kind of mimic one. See how it keeps going back and forth. Yeah, it just cleans up the edge, makes it look nice. Not profesh, but you know, it's something. And here's the finished base. I love it. I love how it turned out. I like how it's structured so it won't like droop. There's the nice finished edge, and I'm so excited to put tinsel on it. Follow along for part 2. Yay! Hi, this is part 2 of my Taylor Swift tinsel jacket journey. Here's all the tinsel colors that I have. They're so pretty and holographic and iridescent. This one is my favorite. She's stunning. So the first thing I did was cut all of the tinsel in half because I'm using my coffee table as my workspace. So the tinsel was too wide, so I just made it skinny. And this last one, I stepped on it a bunch. So there's a lot missing, but I cut it anyway. Here I am laying it out. And instead of just taping it, I used a Love Her Work candle, some crayons, and some dead flowers to weigh it down. I just used tape the rest of the time. That's smarter. I really hated that sound, LOL. So here I am contemplating where to put the tape. I didn't use any measurement at first, and you can see the fear on my face. I just kind of was winging it, and then I decided I hated that because it's really big and I didn't want them to be super long, so I used the Crayola box as a tool of measurement because it was there. And here it is, evenly taped, stunning, and here I am cutting it. And there's Jenna, that's my roommate. She was keeping me company. How sweet of her. So next step, I took the ends of each and I tried to tape them together, and I smoothed it out to make one like cohesive piece, I guess you could say. And look, it's nice and thick. There's 2 layers. I cut off the extra tape. And that is my very first little piece of tinsel. And I'm using my Build-A-Bear's little house to keep all my tinsel in. Okay, it's 2 days later. I'm a busy girl. Here I am taping and cutting. And as you see, I'm bending over quite a lot. And it made my back really hurt, as will be evidenced later. But yeah, I did like 7 hours of just this process with all of the different colors. And it was fun. I mean, I listened to music and, you know, I was feeling productive. Here's the black. And they would be taping it down like somebody with a college degree would do. Cutting and folding and taping and such. The beautiful magenta pink. It was right after this that disaster struck while taping the iridescent one. I tweaked my back really bad. Yeah, look at the pain on her face. It was not fun. So I just finished up cutting and then I had to lay down. I didn't go to work today because I'm in a parade and I can't be in heels for 6 hours. So there's the rest of the project on the table. And here I am bedridden with Lisa. But my next step is just attaching them. So hopefully I will be able to do that within the next few days. So join me next time. Bye. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. It's me, Rhiannon, back with part 3 of my tinsel jacket journey, where I sew on the tinsel sleigh. Let's go. Let's do this. I am an anxious girly. As you can see by all of these clips, I was really nervous to sew it on because once I started, then I couldn't stop. So I did my very first piece. Look at the beautiful hollow. And then I decided to fold it under, that way it has like a nice clean edge. And here I am sewing. The stress of it all. Look at that face. That is a stressed out woman. I don't know why I was so nervous. I'm like, I've sewn before and I can always just undo it. Oh my gosh, Rhiannon, chill out. But guess what? She did it! And it stays on, which is what I was most nervous about. It's a little crusty, but it's gonna get covered up with other tinsel anyway, and I'm not a professional, okay? It's the next day, and here I am getting ready for the hour's worth of work. Getting my poppy ready. I love them. They're super yummy. Okay, so I spent like so many hours just sewing and sitting and sewing and sitting and adjusting and just trying to make sure it's as straight as possible. And here is the first little like couple of layers that I did, and I was so happy with it. Then I realized I sewed the very important cell phone pocket shut, so I just stitch ripped that. It's super easy. Then I kept sewing higher and higher up the back, and I don't know if you know this, but backs and shoulders are curved, so it takes a lot of adjusting and a lot of patience. As you can see, I continuously keep adjusting. Then I got really late, and this is like kind of what I ended up with. At the end of the night, it was like 8 or 9 hours worth. I love the colors, I love the effect, I love how shimmery it is, and now I just have to do the sleeves. So check back in next time for part 4? 4! Wow. Check back in for part 4. Part 4 of my tinsel jacket journey. In this video, we're finishing up the chest area and fixing the ouchy scratchy parts on my neck. As you can see, I'm pointing out here, and I'm doing the sleeves. But first, I need to make more tinsel because I'm almost out. I thought I would give you a close-up of my process because I didn't really show it in the first video. So I lift up the tape and I cut nice and slow, and any extras that fall off, I stick back on the tape. And then I take the 2 ends and I make them kiss. How sweet. And then I press them together, make sure it's nice and flat, and then I cut off the excess, and ta-da! It's tinsel. Surprise! I'm at my parents' house, as you can tell by my high school graduation portrait and also my mother, Deborah. So here we are putting together like our plan for what we want next, and the jacket was so thick and heavy and I couldn't fit it through the sewing machine by myself. I had to have her like help me and like push stuff away. Oh, there's a focus face. Yeah, so she's holding back a lot of fabric. You might need a buddy for this if you're following along and making your own jacket. But here's the reveal. I finished up the chest, and here's my cat. And here I am giving you a closer look at the unfinished edges that I'm going to put ribbon on later. Stay tuned for that. Now for the arms, I knew I needed to stuff them with something round so it wouldn't be like pokey and straight and weird looking. So I got like the plastic bag dispenser thing that my mom had, and I shoved it through and it worked. It's like it was an arm. This way when I glue them on, it will be nice and round like my arm. So here's my setup and my weapon of choice, the hot glue gun. I chose to hot glue it because hand sewing would take too long and the sleeve would be sewn shut if I used my machine, so I couldn't do that. Yeah, hot gluing was the way to go. And then my boyfriend came to help me.
Say cheese. Cheese.
That's Greg. Love him. He was holding the shoulder and the arm taut while I glued. How sweet of him. And here I am gluing the last piece on, and it's finished. My mom and I wanted to hand sew it down for extra security just in case the hot glue didn't work, but it was impossible, so we gave up. We got super frustrated. Now to details. You remember the ugly raw edge and the scratchy neck? Well, I'm using ribbon. I used a whole piece of ribbon for the back of the neck, and I folded it in half for a little shoulder pad epaulette moment. I used a lighter to melt the edges so it doesn't fray. Be very careful if you do this. So what I did for the scratchy part, I took the whole piece of the ribbon and I like folded it over the scratchy edge, and then I glued it on top and underneath so it would be nice and soft on my neck. Hi mommy. And for the edges, I just covered up the thread and the raw edges that you could see. I'll give you closer details in the reveal video that's already up actually, so go check that out. Bye. Welcome to the final part of my tinsel jacket journey. Here are some up-close shots of the ribbons that I added to cover up the seams to make it look even more finished and refined. Yay. And there's Lisa telling me to go on with the reveal. Okay, here's the base of what I'm wearing. This is like a corset, tank top, crop top that I got from the internet, and a pair of shorts that I also got from the internet because I didn't want to take away from the main event. Look at these colors and the nice finished edge. Oh my god, it's really noisy, but that's okay. Concerts are loud. Feeling glamorous. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I am so relieved and proud of the work that I've done, and thank you so much for following along. And for those who are making a jacket along with me, please tag me in your results. Okay, love you. Bye. Slay. Slay.
Majesty, Paolo is exhausted because, Majesty, only Paolo can take this and give you
a princess.